Yet another court case for Manchester City. More court cases than clean sheets, I saw someone say on Twitter before. Manchester City are suing the Premier League again over the associated party transaction rules. This is absolutely crazy. I was chilling in the gym thinking, oh yeah, what should I do a story about later on? What content can we put out there? I go on Twitter, bang, Manchester City in court again. But could this affect Arsenal? Could Arsenal be about to breach financial fair play? Well, I've looked at this article. This is from The Lawyer magazine. They're a magazine that's dedicated to sort of the law, and obviously they started covering football, given how much stuff is going on. So effectively, what it's about is it's about these shareholder loans, right? And Manchester City feel that shareholder loans, which were given by a number of clubs in the Premier League, basically lower the market rate interest rate. So, like, obviously, I got a loan in it for my car, and then when I got the loan on my car, I got an interest rate, right, which is a market rate. But what's been happening is we're getting these owners that have been giving loans to the football club, and obviously doing the market, not doing the market rate, which is not fair transaction. So when people say Man City are getting all these deals from like Abu Dhabi and getting all these sponsorships at inflated rates and say that's not fair, well then at the same time, if you're getting a shareholder loan which is not at market rates, that's not fair because that's not market rate. No one else will be able to get that rate. You're getting it because it's an associated party. So City obviously sued the Premier League regarding these associated party transaction rules. And there's been a little bit of confusion, a little bit of to and fro about what actually the outcome of that was. And if you remember what happened, Simon Cliff, who works in the legal department at Manchester City, sent a letter to the Premier League, right, that then got leaked in the media to basically say, these new rules that you're about to put in, we don't think they're legal again, right? So City obviously went to the court case first, sued the Premier League over the rules, and they found that some of the rules needed to be changed. So the Premier League obviously said, we're going to get the new rules done within 14 days. If you remember that, City obviously then leaked it and said that is absolutely ridiculous, which City were obviously correct. The Premier League then backed down and decided to take a little bit longer. And then eventually these new rules got voted through. Now, there were 4 teams that voted against these, as you can see at the bottom of the screen here. Manchester City, Aston Villa, Newcastle, and Forest all voted against these rules, right? But basically, what City is saying is they want these shareholder loans to be sort of backdated. So the Premier League is saying, well, we're not going to go and have a look at all those shareholder loans in previous years, right? Because we don't think that's right. City is saying the rules are null and void, or you've got to go back and redo the profit and sustainability rules, including these loans. Now, if that happens, there are a number of clubs here that could be in trouble. Now, one of them is Arsenal. The change would mean loans already taken out by clubs like Arsenal and Everton would need to be reviewed by the Premier League for fair market value, leaving them at risk of being considered in breach of the league's financial rules. So the whole thing is just kind of crazy, man, if you ask me. City are suing the Premier League like there's no tomorrow, as is their right. As is their right, and obviously the word sue, City are challenging the rules, as is their right in the Premier League handbook. Every Premier League club has the right to challenge the Premier League rules. So City are not doing anything wrong here. Now, the media and certain people, certain high-profile people in the media will have you believe City are doing something wrong. City are doing absolutely nothing wrong. City are doing absolutely nothing wrong. The Premier League rule book states that every club in the Premier League has the right to challenge the Premier League and the Premier League's rules. That's what City are doing. And on the first one, they were found to be correct. Maybe not on everything, but they were found to be correct. Yeah, certain stuff in those rules were not right. Hence why they changed the rules. Now, I would say this to everyone that's moaning at City. If City are wrong here, you've got absolutely nothing to worry about. Oh, City are ridiculous. What are they doing? They're cheating, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I see it all over the social media. If the rules are correct and the Premier League are correct, remember the Premier League is saying these rules are fine. If the Premier League are correct, why are you getting stressed? City will sue the Premier League. City will challenge these rules in arbitration, and City will lose the case if the Premier League rules are correct. So I don't really understand why people are losing the shit. It's for me, it's like you don't like the fact that City are having to go back. What you want to do, yeah, is watch City, yeah, get pounded through by the Premier League on these 115 and just sit there and take it like a good little boy. And City are going, Nah, you want to come at us? Yeah. Well, we'll come at you then, mate. Yeah. And we'll keep on suing you over these rules. And that is City's right. And there's nothing the Premier League can do it unless they decide to change the rules and have a rule book, which means no Premier League club can challenge the rules, which is absolutely ridiculous. Yeah. So City are obviously challenging them, as is their right. Anyone else can challenge them if they want. And by the way, yeah, 3 other teams also supported City when these rules were voted through. So it's not just like City are on their own here. It's not like 19 clubs are all voting for the rules and City are going, we think you're wrong here. And all the clubs are going, sure, man. Yes, the majority of clubs, 16 of them are saying, yeah, these rules are chill. We'll vote for them. But 4 clubs have voted against these rules. Yeah. And obviously, City are saying you need to go back and retrospectively punish these clubs or retrospectively apply these rules. So obviously, any club that might happen to, i.e., Arsenal and Everton and anybody else, yeah, they're going to vote for the rules, aren't they? Because they're not going to put themselves in a position of jeopardy, in a position of harm. Why would you do that? It's like Turkey's voting for Christmas. You're not going to do that, are you? So listen, the whole thing's mad. Obviously, this is all above the fans, right? This is not about football on the pitch necessarily. This is not about fans' views or like it's not like it's not banter, is it? This is really stuff that is pretty grim. Let's be honest. We never used to talk about this back in the day. I don't remember being on the school playground or in college talking about clubs suing the Premier League or legal cases. However, it's become a norm of football now, and this is. I think you're going to see a lot more of this. I really do think you're going to see a lot more of this. I think this is just the start. I really think that if you think that once this is all sorted, everything's going to be fine, I think it's a little bit of a naive view. You know, I think now that clubs, there's so much money in the game, there's so much money in sport, and as we all know, this is not really just a sport now. It's a billion pound industry. You know, these clubs. You know, you look at what the City Football Group's worth now, billions. United are worth billions. Chelsea was sold for like 3 billion. Yeah, there's a lot of money involved. And when money gets involved, shit's going to happen. Legal cases are going to happen. It happens in all other sort of businesses. Why wouldn't it happen in sport? Of course, it's going to happen in sport. You see Chelsea selling hotels to get round PSI. They sold the women's team to get round PSR. You know, that is what's going to happen. You're going to get also, and they're changing the rules again. Of course, that's another thing. They're changing the profit and sustainability rules next year to squad cross ratio to sort of look like a little bit what UEFA's doing. So, you know, for me, I just think this is crazy. I got no problem with City doing it. If City think they're in the right, do it. As for any club, if any club thinks that there are rules in place in this league that are unlawful, they should challenge them because we shouldn't have unlawful rules in football. I.e., if the country has a set of laws or rules or regulations, the Premier League should abide by those laws, rules, and regulations. Just like a pub has to abide by drinking laws, yeah, the Premier League has to abide by competition law. They can't just skirt. I see some people saying, well, the Premier League can set whatever the rules they want because it's their own thing. No. That's just not how it works, bro. That's just not how it works, mate. Yeah, that's just not how it works. Yeah, the Premier League has to follow the law of the land, which is the English law. That's what they have to do. And clearly, they've not been doing that. And City again are saying these rules that you've just put in are again not lawful. Which, by the way, if City are found to be proven correct on this one, I think that's absolutely horrific for the Premier League. Because remember, City told them in that leaked letter from Simon Cliff, City told the Premier League saying, these rules that you're bringing in, lads, they're unlawful again. And if you bring them in, we will challenge them again. Now, I think for me, I don't know about you, and I know there'll be rival fans listening to this, and you know, you really need to try and not be biased here, yeah. But if City are right on this, how bad is that for the Premier League? The club told you, the club took you to arbitration. The rules that they told you were unlawful were correct; they were unlawful. You then tried to rush them through. The club told you again that these new rules are unlawful. If you then lose the case again, right? For me, I think that Richard Masters is on borrowed time, man. I really do. I don't see how this guy's still got a job, to be honest with you. But maybe they're going to wait for the whole 115 thing to end. And on that final note, I will finish out on the 115. I've seen people saying, what does this mean for 115? I don't really think you can read too much into it. You know, it depends which way you look at it. Some people are saying City are fighting for their lives, so they're just suing everything to do with the Premier League because they know they're going to lose. Some people are saying, well, why would they sue these rules if they're not going to be in the league next year? I'm just not really looking into that and just I think it's a separate issue. Maybe there's some sort of correlation, but you can make an argument either side. So I'm just sort of saying we'll wait and see on that one. Obviously, we're meant to hear the outcome on the 115 case any day now. So make sure you guys smash the like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed and hit that notification button, because the day that news drops, I'm live. Yeah, and it's going to be a big stream. You do not want to miss it. Let us know in the comment section what you saying. Are you tired of this now? Are you bored of all the legal stuff? You just want to get back to football? Or do you actually think it's quite entertaining? Let me know in the comment section below, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.